History with Larry.
All right, Larry.
All right.
What do we got today? Today's history time with Larry. I honestly, no, you kind of told me what it is a little bit, but it's not really a person.
It's not a person this week.
It's an event.
Yeah, two events.
And you got two. Are they connected?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Not
I don't
at
know
all.
why you're doing that.
Well,
though.
because one is, I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, so you just wanted to drop some knowledge.
Yeah.
So how are we
drop
going
some-
to separate that? It's like two stories in one?
Yeah.
It's a twofer?
It's a twofer. I know last week did a twofer as well, but this one is...
This is a 2-for-1. You should be
it's
lucky.
one of those stories that just...
You should be lucky. Is that how it's not, anyway.
Yeah. This has been going on since about 1826.
Oh.
So this is amazing. It's a cheese roll race.
And this isn't in Wisconsin.
No, it's not. It's in Gloucester, England. I think, is that how
Gloucester?
it's Gloucester. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. But Gloucester.
A cheese roll.
At Cooper's Hill. So what they do is the prize is a 7-pound roll of Gloucester cheese.
The one that they just
Awesome.
rolled down the hill?
One-
Oh, awesome.
and it's a near vertical hill. So they have, it's a big event. They got hundreds of people show up.
Okay.
They start the cheese, they roll it downhill, and then everybody tries to make it down
Before
the bottom
the
of the hill.
cheese?
Well, no, to the first one down wins the cheese.
Oh, okay. So you run down the hill,
Well, you try to run down the hill.
but you usually trip and fall, and you end up doing what Wesley did on Princess
yeah,
Bride.
or other things. They flail around, and
Well, that's not safe.
it's not safe at all.
Look, man, go to your local Whole Foods and get a 7-pound block of cheese.
It's just amazing what people will do for
Oh, my goodness.
entertainment.
So how
It's-
did
Hey,
this
but this
get
is for
started?
cheese.
This is for cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the prize. So, people break their legs,
Sounds
they break
cheesy.
arms.
Wow.
The woman who won this year in the women's division,
Oh, they have a women's division.
yeah,
Oh.
she was knocked unconscious.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
I think so, Tim.
Yeah, I don't. How does she win if she's unconscious?
Because she made it down first.
Yeah, she made it down first.
It doesn't say you have to make it down and stay conscious, right?
Yeah.
oh my
So,
goodness!
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
where
so,
you
I think
find
we
these things.
I came across that when we were looking up weird sports the other day.
You saw that one?
I saw
Oh,
cheese
okay.
roll. Is that something with cheese going down a
Yeah,
hill?
that's
So, Okay.
So they do it every year, and it's a big event.
So would you participate if you were over there?
No,
No,
it
come on.
looks. It's quite
I
entertaining
don't
to
think so.
watch. So if you get a chance to watch it, it's quite entertaining. but
Yeah, and I'll think I'll pass.
but just for a block of cheese, a roll of cheese. But 7 pounds of cheese
Might be some really good cheese.
Yeah, I've never had
So
Gloucester
they roll
cheese.
it down,
Yeah,
and then they say go,
yeah,
and then you go after it.
yeah, and you try to make it down.
People are dumb. It's just are unbelievable.
And this is almost 100 years they've been doing this.
Over 100 years since was it
1838.
1826?
Oh, yeah.
1826?
Oh, yeah. 18. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
let's see, what is it? Yeah, it's about 200 yards long, the distance, and it's
Wow.
quite steep. So,
Well, how
Yeah,
about
no.
that?
so if you're ever
So-
in the southwest England,
Yeah, if you go
at
in
this
England,
time of
you want
year
some,
and you want some cheese,
Is it a certain time of day, a year?
this was just Monday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did it
Wow.
Monday this week. So
Unbelievable. Memorial Day?
yeah, well, no, I would not for
No,
them.
this past Monday?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So anyway,
so-
that was story number one.
that's just the entertaining part of it.
Oh, so this one isn't entertaining?
No, this one's not.
Oh.
So this one actually takes place. It begins more in 1944.
Oh, okay. We're in the middle of a war.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, Winston Churchill and Eisenhower, they had a kind of a falling out, disagreement about how to proceed with the plans for the war.
Okay.
And Eisenhower almost quit. He said,
What do you mean he almost quit? Quit what? Presidency?
resigned his, no, he was general.
Oh.
It was before he became
right,
president, yeah.
Gotcha.
But the disagreement was on how to proceed. Winston Churchill wanted to do one thing. Dwight Eisenhower wanted to take a different approach.
Sure.
And he basically kind of pitched a fit. He says, well, if I don't get my way, I'm quitting.
Who pitched the fit?
Eisenhower.
Well, look, we came and rescued them, so.
Well, that's true. You got a fair point there. So, Winston Churchill was convinced, and they changed plans, and they went with Eisenhower's plan.
Ah.
And that began the planning stages of Operation Overlord.
Overlord.
Yeah, so if you're a history buff, you know what that is.
Ah, well,
But if-
I am a history buff, and I do not know what Operation
You
Overlord.
will know it by the end. You'll say, "Oh, yeah, I know what that was."
That's
Yeah,
the name
so-
of it. Okay.
So, but it actually took place. It was going to take place on June 5th, but because of bad weather, they delayed it. But they were at the point where it's like, we can't delay this anymore because you're going to
You're
lose.
talking about D-Day. Okay.
D-Day, yeah, you
Goodness,
figured it
okay,
out.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Spoiler.
Whatever.
Wow,
Look,
just
I'm
let
with
him get-
everybody. I'm the guy listening, and I'm like, I
Okay.
got it.
I got it.
Yes.
So yeah, June 6th, 1944. It's the 79th anniversary of D-Day. It was the
Right.
largest amphibious assault on record.
Sure.
Yeah, there was more than 160,000 or almost 160,000 Allied troops
That's a lot.
landed on the beaches of Normandy. So yeah, there was a lot of.
Wow.
Yeah, that day, the estimated casualties for that day, the initial landing was over 4,000 Allied
Isn't that crazy?
casualties. Yeah.
Crazy.
But because of bad weather and miscommunication and things like they were supposed to have paratroopers drop behind enemy lines to take out some of the gunners, the German gunners.
Didn't quite work out?
No, didn't quite. They got dropped off at the wrong point, some of them, and some of them were taken out before they hit the ground.
Yeah.
And so it was quite, it was a big risk. They knew it going into it, Eisenhower and Winston Churchill. They knew, and that's one of the reasons I think Winston Churchill didn't want to do it because of the high casualty rate.
I wonder what his plan was.
His plan was continue bombing Germany, the plants and stuff in Germany.
I like that plan better.
Well,
Just
the reason
bomb them into, obliteration.
Well, one of the reasons they wanted because they wanted to liberate France and come in through Europe,
Right.
on France, and then go into Germany that way.
Right.
Take
They
out.
didn't want to do another Dresden and just level the city.
Right.
I kind of like that plan better.
Yeah. So, but the Allied, obviously, they gained the victory.
Yeah.
The battle lasted more than just June 6th.
Right.
It was, but that initial day was just
Crazy.
Yeah, they were. It's sad. I mean, in one sense, because one of the veterans, he was quoted as saying, because he was driving the amphibious boats, they'd go in, they had a big arm that come down and let the troops out. And that front door, the gate, was acting as a shield from the German bullets.
Yeah.
He didn't want to open the gate because he knew as soon as he opened it,
They're all dead.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what happened. He goes, I was afraid to open it. He didn't want to. He was commanded to. He was actually yelled at a couple of times, he said, and so he had to open the
Well, if
gate.
you see in the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, they show that, and
Yeah.
it's just like they didn't even get a shot off, and they're just
No.
they're mowed down.
Yeah.
And it's it's a perfect target, right?
Yeah, you're right there. So I know that's kind of a somber thing, but I think the more time goes by, less people remember these things, and I think it's important to remember.
Well, it's that
these
time of
events.
year too, because today is
Today's the 8th.
right, June 8th
So
that
it
we're
was
recording.
Tuesday.
So yeah,
So, that
So
was
have you been to the D-Day Museum?
No, I haven't.
yeah. Down here in New Orleans, they have the D-Day Museum.
Yeah, you were telling me
and-
about it, Sarah.
Yeah.
I want to go there because that's I think these events, because this is modern history,
Right.
And that's something that we need to remember.
Isn't that like an oxymoron? Modern
I was
history.
wondering
I
about
know.
the modern history
I
thing.
know,
I'm like,
but-
at what point is it not modern?
That's true.
I mean,
Well, you got ancient history,
yes,
and you got
yes.
yeah.
so that's
Prehistory.
Prehistory.
Yeah, That
Prehistory.
one really doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't
But
make-
how does it prehistory? Anyway,
But the thing, I mean, this is the 79th anniversary, and now I don't think there's very many World War II veterans.
Yeah, there's
still alive.
few, and they're getting old.
And that's an important period of history that needs to be remembered, and to why we were there to begin
Yep.
with, and at
Yeah.
what cost. So
Yeah, which we were. One of the kids was actually just talking about that, how sad it would be for some of those veterans to see what America's become.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
what America is today in so many ways is not what they fought for.
no, it's a shame,
No.
and a part of it is I think because we don't teach these things in history and why we were there.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
World War II all about? Why were we there?
Right.
Yeah.
It's important to remember. So
And Memorial Day was just around the corner.
yeah, we have
Backward.
Memorial Day, the last
And
Monday. in
most people
May.
think that's just a day to cook burgers and all that,
Yeah.
but it is a day to remember.
Right.
That look, what we have here wasn't free. A lot of people.
Yeah, the average age of the soldiers in Normandy, and they were. I think it was like 1920 was the
I
average.
mean, think
age.
about that. That's
Yeah.
my son's age.
Yeah.
Josh was 18.
Yeah,
But
you could have been there.
yeah,
that's
fighting and getting killed for your country.
Yeah,
And
there was a. I don't remember his name, but I meant to.
Patton.
No.
Oh, okay.
He was a black soldier. He was a medic.
Denzel Washington. No. I saw it. It was Glory.
That's right. That was the Civil War.
That was the Civil War.
Wrong war, but actually, he saved. I think it was something like 200 men,
Wow.
and they still hasn't been awarded for his.
What's up with that?
He's passed away, but the family's
Well, you
trying
could
to
do that post.
human.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Hamas. How do you say it? Never mind.
Yes,
I don't,
yes.
You know the word.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Humorously or something like that.
Yeah.
Hamas.
Never
Whatever.
mind. Cut
Yeah.
that out.
People are just laughing at us right now. But no, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I know it's kind of brief, but I think that's something important to remember. These
Absolutely.
events.
Yeah.
So
June 6th was around the corner, so that makes
Yeah.
sense. All right. Well, that is History Time with
That
Larry.
is.
And we'll be right back.